When the time comes to preserve the memory of a loved one, remember Artistic Memorials. Their skilled craftsmen can create a lasting memory out of granite to honor the life of your loved one. From small markers and plaques to large cemetery monuments, Artistic Memorials can design and engrave the perfect memory for you. Go online at artisticmemorials.net or visit their showrooms in Perrysburg across from Levis Commons and in Northwood on Woodville Road. We bring granite to life.
Maddie has done a great job for us this year, and actually the last 3 years for us. She's kind of an extension of the coaching staff onto the floor. She listens to what we want to try to do, and if there's ever kind of a message that we want to try to convey to the players on the court, she's typically the one that we go through. She's got a motor. She's pretty. She gets after it, and she's vocal. She's a great leader. She's one of those players that doesn't just tell people what to do, that she's out there trying to do it themselves and trying to hold people accountable. She does a lot for us. She's a four-year letter winner, and being with her for 3 years, she's kind of really got to know as far as what we expect and what we look for her to do, that she's kind of grown into that role and really kind of exceeded in there. She broke the single game assist record in December against Fostoria with 16. She had 16 assists, and that was a very, very physical game. I think what I'm most impressed with that was just with all the girls, with the physicality of it, that they really stepped up. And Maddie knows also that it wasn't just her. She found the girls. She did a great job setting girls up for shots, but then those other girls stepped in and knocked them down. And I think that that's a point of pride for her too, that her teammates were able to be a part of that as well. And she's getting close to the season record. She knows she's just a couple off, but that's something that I know that she had as a goal coming into this year, and that she's worked pretty hard at it. She's been increasingly aggressive over the last few years, and especially this year, not just looking for her own shot, but just looking for scoring opportunities for both her and her teammates, and just trying to set them up and get them into positions to where they can be successful.
Pull short. Yeah. Pull short. Yep. Good step cut. Up. Hey. Good. Yep.
Back in 5th grade, when I was first able to play with the younger teams or whatever, and then I just played throughout all the years, and I started AU young too, so I played the spring seasons too. For soccer with the fall, I see the field well, and I like to pass the ball just kind of like I do in basketball. So scoring in soccer and the teamwork that you have to have, I think relates a lot to the basketball season, so carrying that over into the next season was pretty easy and I think benefited me a lot. They're both very different. Conditioning with soccer, you have to make sure you have a long distance kind of vibe and feel, sometimes sprints, but in basketball you work different muscles on the court, and sprinting, you have to be quicker, so it's harder to transition sometimes, but it's not horrible, not having a season off. I don't usually tend to have a season off, but yeah, so it's not bad. I'm a point guard, and I tend to set up the plays and make sure everyone's in their positions and kind of see the floor as best as I can. I don't really score the most points. I kind of help other teammates score and help them with their shooting or whatever. The assist record was probably my favorite accomplishment, probably one of my favorite things about this year, because my team talked a lot about team unity and being together, and I think because of that, they were the ones to help me get the record. So we were in a tough game that time. It was really aggressive and hard, but being able to have them shoot and score and allowed me to break the record. So I thank them mostly for that. It's fun, and I really enjoy the role that I have, and I like that people will come up to me and ask questions and to help out and stuff. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. I've absolutely loved being considered a captain and somebody that the coach will rely on or that my team relies on to help. So I think it's great, especially since I'm a point guard. I like having that kind of sometimes control. Sometimes I'm not, the best player ever, but I like that a lot. I want to go to Lourdes University for nursing. I'm not sure if I'm going to play sports yet. I have the opportunity to play soccer and maybe basketball, but I'm not 100% positive on that. And with school, I'm not the smartest, but I'm decently smart for my grade, and I do leave school early to come and do college classes at UT. It's honestly so sad. Like, I've played with some of my teammates for like years, you know, like my other senior, Caleb Beakier, like 5th grade on, you know, so it's just really sad to see it end and not be able to come in and like practice or have the normal routine that I've had for so long. So it's really sad, and it makes me cry almost all the time I think about it. I think our biggest thing is, you know, we didn't get the season that we necessarily wanted, like with winning league, but I think going into tournaments we're strong-minded and ready to like go further than what we did last year.